This program proudly presented by Yellow, supported by American Express, Optus and Qantas Business Rewards.
Hello and welcome to Marketing Matters. I'm Peter Applebaum. This episode explores how an excellent company culture can turn your employees into sales superstars. Over the top? Maybe a little bit. But imagine if your staff became a championship team who truly believe in what your company does and everyone is excited to play their part in achieving your success. I've spoken to highly successful business people who swear that employee service is far more important than customer service. Create a positive, winning culture and everything else becomes so much easier. Our expert panel will give us their opinions and perspectives on this slightly contrarian view. We're going to speak to Peter Lakoutis from American Express, James Gilbert from HubSpot, and James Chinmoody from Sendle. But first, our case study for the week. Husband and wife Anthony and Annie Bedrosian started trades business Service Heroes 10 years ago with the vision of providing a world-class plumbing and electrical service based on honesty, communication and respect. These are the values they've instilled in their staff. A buzzing and happy workplace is the result. Let's find out how they did it.
Thanks for calling Mr. Switch Service Heroes. You're speaking with Erin. How can I brighten your day?
So you're now brightening lots of days with Service Heroes. How did the business start?
Business started about 10 years ago when we first got married. 3 months into our marriage, we decided to start our own business. I'm an electrician by trade. I'm a very good electrician. And then we decided to get into the trenches of business, which was a new challenge for us.
We always worked together, so we've always been a good team. I guess that's how we started the business, and we've always gone with the flow. And I think it's about great communication at the end of the day.
So how did you combine your vision with a strong work culture?
The key ingredients for running our business has always been the culture. Culture is key for us, and at the end of the day, if we don't have a good team that is happy to work, they're not going to be happy to go and serve our customers to the highest level. And that's what a business is. We need to have happy customers for repeat business.
What is your vision?
Changing the way people think about tradesmen. It's a stereotypical tradesman. We want to change people's perspective.
So what is the perspective of a Service Heroes tradesperson?
You said it yourself, we're heroes. So we want to go to the customer's house, serve them to the highest level as possible, and provide that wow service, which is one of our core values.
There are thousands of tradespeople around Australia, and competition is incredibly fierce, no doubt. What makes your tradespeople different from all the others?
I guess because we've instilled our vision and mission and core values into our staff, and the way we hire is we look at what type of person they are, and we're actually a family-oriented business, and the way they serve their, because our target market is the mum with the 2 children.
Like yourself,
yes.
So we've got kids of our own, and we've got to make sure that we're comfortable with our tradesmen coming to our own home before we send them out to our customers' home. So at the end of the day, we've got to serve our staff at the highest level, make them be happy inside our environment, so they're happy to go and serve our customers to the highest level. That's the marketing 101 at the end of the day. It's relationships.
Can you tell us how, with Service Heroes, how does your culture improve your business profitability?
Starts with our call centre. We need to provide that wow service from the beginning, which is part of the marketing strategy. It's all well and good spending money to have the phone to ring, but if the end product from start to finish is falling out, then it's pointless even spending money in advertising, because it ends up being an expense, not an investment. We've got multiple channels of marketing, so from traditional marketing to social media. We even do our recruiting through marketing. We hire some of our best staff through social media, digital forms of marketing.
We won National Award for Best Trade Service in Australia, so that helped us out a lot with a lot of PR as well.
And has this PR helped to bring more business in? Has it helped the phone ring more often?
I think it has. It's helped out a lot on Google as well, with SEO and with links and stuff like that. And it's helped with a lot of repetition clients, with trust. A lot of credibility has come out of it.
Talking about capacity, I notice on your board you've got a very interesting and a very clever system that tells us, like in 6 days' time, you've got 65% under capacity when it comes to plumbing, for example. But you have a system in place where you can adjust your pay-per-click advertising. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so we've got a capacity board where we're aligning and communicating constantly with our external vendors, which is our advertising vendors, in regards to how they can see what is happening within our organisation, our headquarters in our office. So if we are under capacity, they can ramp up marketing strategies and our digital marketing message to be bringing that phone call to come into the office. So marketing to me is an investment. It's like the saying goes, if you're not investing, it's costing you more money. So we invest in marketing to have the phone to ring. At times it is an expensive exercise to start off with, but I've got a great team that backs us up, that serves our customers to the highest level to have repeat business and goes through our repeat business cycle. Every single job that we go to, we've got a happy call system where our dispatching team calls the customer to make sure that our tradesmen that we sent out to their home that they were comfortable inside their own home. Our repeat business is about 40% of our business. So the more we have repeat business, it reduces our marketing costs, which is marketing on its own. We have a culture by design, not by default.
So what can we learn from service heroes? Be very clear on what makes your business unique, and if you don't know what that is, find something that's meaningful to your market. Set out your values and goals to your team via regular training, internal meetings, and even out-of-hours bonding sessions. And finally, always provide a quality service and deliver on your promises. After the break, we speak to 3 experts on the American Express Marketing Panel.
Marketing Matters returns soon, thanks to American Express Business Explorer. Let your business expenses reward you. Marketing Matters is proudly presented by Yellow. Do business with Yellow. Connect at yellow.com.au.
Welcome back. To discuss how you can turn your employees into sales superstars, we're joined by Peter Lakutis, Vice President of Marketing for American Express, James Gilbert, Marketing Director of HubSpot, and James Chin-Moody, Founder and CEO of New Generation Parcel Delivery Service, Sendle. Yes, 2 Peters and 2 Jameses, just to make sure you're awake. Peter, can positive and highly motivated employees make a difference to a firm's profits, and if so, why?
Absolutely yes. Your staff is a reflection of your business's brand. So if your staff is motivated, they'll go the extra mile, either when it comes to sales or keeping your customers happy. Very important.
Okay. And James, is company culture something only large businesses should focus on?
No, I think it's really something any business should focus on. If you think about culture, it's really beliefs and then behaviours, and that exists in any group, whether it's small or large. So I think even if you are a small company, you absolutely need to focus on it to make sure those are in line with what you want.
But as a small company, I really just want to get customers and profits.
You do, but you need people to do that.
True.
And you want to make sure those people are aligned with the behaviours and beliefs that will help you get those profits well.
Okay. And James, is it possible for small businesses to turn every employee into passionate believers and advocates for the business?
Yeah, look, I think it's actually not only possible, it's actually one of the things that makes small business truly great.
Right.
Because if you think about it, we call it inside-out marketing, right? If you can actually have your purpose and the reason for being at the very core of what you are, then actually, and everybody buys into that purpose, then you can actually be truly great. And everybody can actually talk about what they're doing and why, and more importantly, why they're doing it. And if you look at most small businesses around, they're in it because they love what they do.
There's
right?
that passion.
There's that passion and that purpose. I'm here because I want to make a difference in X. I'm here because I love selling Y.
Right.
And if small businesses can tap into that, then actually, yeah, you're actually saying that your purpose becomes your marketing message, and all of your employees are there to fulfill that purpose.
I guess obviously one of the biggest challenges is finding employees who buy into that.
And again, that's what you generally do as a small business. We serve so many small businesses around Australia now, and they all have one very big thing in common, which is that they are passionate about serving their customers. Right? If in e-commerce, which is where we are, you are there because you actually believe in the product and what you're doing. Well, that's what makes you successful.
Right.
And so really tapping into that is what I think makes small business great.
Okay. If I could just add to that.
Yeah, please.
And I agree with everything James said. For the employees who don't believe in what you're doing, I think it's okay for them to move on, or to maybe give them some advice and to find employment somewhere else. So it's good to have the goal for everyone to be passionate about your business, and for the ones who aren't, maybe it's time they move on.
So there's a bit of a disconnect there. You think you need to ensure that that's not the right place for them.
Exactly, exactly.
And James, do you feel that creating a positive company culture is all about training, or is there some other way of doing it?
I think training is a small subset of creating a good culture. If you think about culture, it really cuts across not only what people do, but how they do it. And I think training helps them do their job, but if you're wanting to, Peter's point, like employees that are really bought into what it is that you do as a company, you really need to ingrain that in the culture so you've got the most high impact employees you can possibly have.
And that's a wonderful position to be in, obviously.
Yeah, hard but rewarding if you can pull it off.
You've got to keep trying.
Yeah, exactly.
And James, what are some specific ways that small business owners can create that fervent belief in their team members?
So I think the first thing is it is important who's on that journey with you.
Right.
We actually have a philosophy, we call it hell yeah recruitment. That we believe that when you're recruiting somebody, that there's a yes and there's a no and there's a hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right? There's actually three answers to that question. And I think for small businesses, trying to find the people who are hell yeah for joining you is really important. And that's about alignment, not just around are they bought into the purpose, but around their values, are they consistent with you? I think that's the first piece. Then after that, it is about talking about your purpose. It's talking not just about what you do, but the most important thing is why you do what you do. Many founders of small businesses get that. They wake up every day. They just need to talk about that. Why are we here? Why do we exist? Because the power of why in that is the thing that translates to engagement. It's the thing that translates to your marketing message. It's the thing that engages your customers and your employees.
Well, coming up after the break, the panel discusses this week's marketing news and views.
Marketing Matters is back in a moment, thanks to Optus. Say yes to growing your business. Marketing Matters is proudly presented by Yellow. Do business with Yellow. Connect at yellow.com.au.
It's clear now that we didn't do enough. We didn't focus enough on preventing abuse and thinking through how people could use these tools to do harm as well. We didn't take a broad enough view of what our responsibility is, and that was a huge mistake. It was my mistake.
Welcome back to Marketing Matters. Facebook, the largest social network in the world, is facing a data privacy crisis after Cambridge Analytica, a political consulting firm, obtained the information of 50 or 70 million Facebook users to get better targeted advertising for the 2016 US presidential election. It's been called the darkest chapter in Facebook's 14-year history. Peter, with all the concerns about privacy, does that mean smaller businesses should stop using customer data for, say, like email marketing or Facebook advertising?
Definitely not.
Hell no.
Hell no. Using customer data is a powerful way to grow your sales volume. For me, it's all about doing the right thing by the customer. Just be transparent. If you're going to use customer data for marketing, make sure the customer is aware of this. Make sure the customer always knows how you're going to use their data. Also make it easy for the customer to opt out if that's what they don't want. For me, it's all about the customer and doing the right thing by the customer.
And I think that's where a lot of businesses get it wrong, is we've got so much focus on the privacy issue and invasion of privacy and using it for bad things. James, can using customer data more effectively turn out to be a positive for customers?
Yeah, I think actually that's the only reason you should be collecting it, is like how can you make the buying experience better match the way the person's wanting to purchase. And I think there's really good examples of companies that do this well, where you could take, for instance, someone on New Zealand visiting a website. You can use that data that you know they're in New Zealand to show a New Zealand phone number. And I think that's a good example of showing how you can add value to that person, match the way they want to buy in a way that just makes it a more enjoyable experience for them.
If I could just add to that, I think that's 100% correct. And also, even from a product perspective, so if you've got data on your customers in terms of what they want, then you can add value in terms of what you should be selling to your customer as well.
And James, what do you feel the best ways are for business owners to gain permission from customers to use their data?
So I think the first thing is what is your approach to that customer data? Do you own it, or are you just a steward or a custodian of that data? And I think from what we're learning in our perspective is you are just a steward and you're a custodian of customers' data. You should treat that data as if it is their data, because it is their data. And so once you do that, then you realise that you need to be very transparent about what you do with that data, what the customers can do themselves with that data. Do they have the right to opt out? Do they have the right to ask for it to be deleted? All those things are really important. And I think that's what the whole Cambridge Analytica event is showing us, that we need to treat customer data in a different way. That as a company, you don't own it. You're there as a custodian. You're a custodian for their data.
You need to use it with care.
Use it with care.
Excellent. I'd like to thank Peter, James and James for their time and insights on this week's panel, and we'll see you again after this short break.
Marketing Matters is back in a moment, thanks to Qantas Business Rewards, rewarding Australian business. Marketing Matters is proudly presented by Yellow. Do business with Yellow. Connect at yellow.com.au.
And welcome back. Let's review our key tips on how you can turn your employees into sales superstars. First, create a bold vision. Find a vision that will excite and motivate you, your employees, and of course, your customers. Disney's vision? To make people happy. And Domino's vision is #1 in people, #1 in pizza. What's your vision? Second, tell the world about it. Everyone who knows your company needs to know why you exist, what gets you out of bed in the morning, and why you care about giving them the next possible result. Next point, employee buy-in. You need employees who are true believers and will break down doors to provide the best outcomes for your customers and for you. And then recognise and reward. Recognise employees for their loyalty and excellence as much as you do customers. Reward them for a job brilliantly done. It will motivate those employees to do it again, and as for everyone else, they'll want to be rewarded next time around. And finally, it sounds a bit boring, but systems and processes are critical. You need to build a robust and predictable systems and processes that will allow you and your team to deliver the best outcomes time and again. Because systems and processes are the backbone of every successful organisation. And some viewer comments from last week's episode on creating loyal customers. Anne from Sydney said, "As a customer, I love seeing the owner active in their business. It makes me feel more welcome." And Bruce from Townsville wrote, "I don't get it when businesses don't give good customer service. There are always other alternatives." Thank you very much for your feedback. And of course, we'd love to hear from you. Give us your comments, suggestions and questions on Facebook at Marketing Matters TV, and also go to the website at marketingmatterstv.com. That's all for now. Thank you very much for watching Marketing Matters.
This program proudly presented by Yellow, supported by American Express, Optus and Qantas Business Rewards.